Guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe. You can also turn your notification bell on so that you'll be among those to be notified whenever I drop my video. So in today's video, I'll be talking about my first job interview here in the UK. In this same video, I will also talk about some of the apps one can use to apply for jobs. We'll also look into the things I did wrong because of the interview and the things I guess I should have done to make things a bit easier and better. Let's dive into the video. I will honestly say from my own part that it's easier to land yourself a job interview. There are some applications that made my job hunting very stress-free and easy. I'm going to talk about two. They Indeed is an app, then the other one is Total Jobs application. What these applications do is they will bring out jobs. They will bring out companies that need employees. Then your own job is to apply. You need to get a very good looking CV. Yes, and there are also applications that help one build a very strong CV or job applications. We will talk about that in a separate video. Let's continue. With my gorgeous looking CV, I applied for different jobs. I applied for up to 6 jobs, and 3 called me for interview. Seeing their email, I was very happy and at the same time scared because I don't know how and where to start with everything. Because the interview dates weren't the same, I had to prepare for every one of the interviews. It wasn't easy. The preparation I made was make my research, a very deep research about those companies. So after getting the necessary information I needed, I lacked 2 things, which was boldness and confidence. Not even the day for the interview, and I am already shaking. Remembering that I have interview, I started shaking and panicking. Oh man, it's not nice. It's not nice, Angel. These are new people. I don't even know how things work. I don't know how they interview people. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know. I was just caught in the middle. On the day of my first interview, I went for the interview. One thing I failed to mention is that while going for anything interview, be it anything with these people, you have to keep to time. You have to keep to time. Time management is another factor one needs to consider. It's very, very important. I went for my first interview. It was quite unfortunate that I wasn't able to keep to their time. When I arrived the bus station, the bus I was supposed to enter had already left, so I had to wait for extra 18 minutes. So on arriving to the location of the interview, I found out that all the employees, the people that need to be interviewed, were already there seated with our employer. The interview had already started. So I saw myself fidgeting again because like, I've missed it. Yeah, I've missed it. Rule number 1 failed. So I was offered a seat. The next thing I heard was, introduce yourself. Normally in Nigeria, if they tell you to introduce yourself, my name is Angel. You call your surname and your full name. So I stood up, introduced myself as Angel Monachi, then my surname, and I sat down again. I was feeling somehow awkward, so coupled with the fact that I came late and everything, I was feeling really uncomfortable. Introducing yourself is not only about saying your name. There are other things, and I had no clue. There are other things to add. Maybe we will still talk about that one. I just want to round up with this particular video. After the whole thing, we all were asked to go home. That the lucky ones will get an email of when to resume and every other thing. I knew within me that, Angel, you're going nowhere with this job. Yeah, sorry I'm being negative, but that's the real fact. Over to the second interview. Let me finish up with the first one. They didn't send any email to me again. I never heard from them. The day of the second interview, I went on time. I think 15 minutes before time. So I was already seated, waiting for my employer. It wasn't a round table like the first one, so it was a face-to-face discussion and interaction. So while the interview was going on, I was shaking. I wasn't that confident. I wasn't that bold. I was talking as if I was cramming because, I crammed everything I was saying. I wanted not to mess up the whole thing, so I crammed. They said they would get back to me, of which they did, but it was unfortunately, we couldn't carry on with the rest of the whole thing with you. Very devastated. The day of the third interview came. I also went early before time, and the whole thing went on and on again. When I went, they told me I should go home. They would get back to me. I also went home. They sent me an unfortunately message again. That never stopped me from applying. I applied for another job, 2 jobs to be precise. I applied for them. So after applying for those jobs, I later got an interview invitation from one of them. Honestly, I had to sit myself down, talk to myself. These people that are going to interview you are human beings just like you are, Angel. Why are you shaking? Why are you fidgeting? Be bold. Be confident enough. Step in like you own the land. That was some of the things I told myself, and it worked. I had to put some of those errors, some of those mistakes I did in my previous interview, I had to put them down. Go further, researching. What are the appropriate ways to say these things? How am I supposed to compose while saying these things? After the whole research and everything, man, that was when I knew I was making a whole lot of mistakes which needs to be corrected. Aside from not being bold, aside from not being confident, aside from not composing myself, I was making a whole lot of mistakes. You have a nice CV, you have a good CV, but you yourself cannot talk your way out and you cannot talk your way in. That's why somebody will say that it's not about making a good result, it's about defending the result. There's a difference in being intelligent and another difference in being bold. Both people can say nonsense. With their boldness, they will scare you. But an intelligent person not being bold cannot do the things a bold person did and made his or her way out or in. On that day, after building my confidence and after listening to some words from other people, I had to embrace that confidence. I had to hug that boldness, and I went for the interview. Remember, I kept to time 30 minutes before the interview. So when I went there, I was offered a seat. So my interviewer entered. She started with asking some basic questions. What are your hobbies? What do you do for fun? And many other simple questions. Because I've read about how to answer those questions you call simple, I was able to make it to the next and the next and the next questions. So that was how the woman got up, highly impressed, and she even said it out that I made this interview very simple for her. I was asked to go, that an email will be sent to me the following day, and the email came as they said. It was a very good looking email, a very demure email, a very gorgeous email. I was so happy. If you have any question, if there is anything anywhere that is confusing you, do well to drop it in the comment section. I will attend to them in my next video. Yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. See you in my next video. Bye.